My name is Max Rosenberg. I would like to thank everyone here for the opportunity to speak to you this morning. Many of you may know me either because I spoke here last year or because of my duties as ambassador to Senator Blumenthal. In any event, I have been putting forward my best efforts to impact change for Alzheimer's care and research for nearly 5 years. When I was 8 years old, an important part of my life was turned upside down when my grandmother was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment. I was closer to my grandmother than anyone else in our family. She would drive up from Rockland County, New York, every weekend to spend time with me. We would go bowling, play basketball, study for school, and so much more. She was an Ivy League grad and an educator and the clerk at a local municipality, and was unquestionably the best at her job. Around 6 years ago, my grandma and I were headed to Friendly's for a midday treat. We had gone there at least once a week for the past 2 years or so. For the first time, however, we got lost. At the time, this did not register as an issue with me. Then, the very next day, she had another incident. While fixing herself a sandwich, she forgot how to make one. Now I was concerned. Later that same year, she was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment. The diagnosis was a slap in the face. She had no choice but to retire from her job at 78. On a downhill slope of events, the disease took everything from her. She soon lost the ability to drive, the comfort of freedom, and finally her mind. Within the first 2 years of her diagnosis, we were forced to move my grandmother into an elderly home a few minutes from our house. There, I could see her life being taken away from her as she slowly lost more and more of what she held dear. Today, she is in a skilled nursing facility, not knowing whether it's bedtime or breakfast, let alone the time of the day, the week, the month, and many other luxuries we take for granted. This experience has made me and my family witness to the horrors and devastation of this wicked disease. My grandma has suffered so much at the hands of Alzheimer's. This is why I became an advocate. Growing up, I was taught the value of standing up for what I believe in. When I started my advocating and fundraising efforts almost 5 years ago, I imagined this being an exciting opportunity and experience, and I may have fundraised a few dollars for a worthy cause in the end. To date, I have accomplished almost $15,000 total in fundraising. Besides my fundraising initiatives, I hope that I can affect change at the local, state, and even federal level. Being an advocate is an empowering position. I have been afforded grand opportunities such as speaking today or being the ambassador to Senator Blumenthal going to Washington a few weeks ago. This experience has taught me valuable skills and grew my knowledge on all topics infinitely. Our purpose is to create awareness and, in my opinion, pushing until the government recognizes the importance of investing however much it costs to find a cure or a treatment. I cannot stress enough how important advocating truly is. From my personal experience, I can tell you with full confidence that Alzheimer's is the single worst disease out there. I have seen my grandmother taken away from me throughout these past few years. At this point, I have come to terms with the fact she will likely never be cured. But with your help, the help of the Alzheimer's Association, and help from our state, federal, and local legislators, we can find a cure together. Thank you.